Have you ever considered that a vitamin or food you take every day could silently be increasing your risk of dangerous blood clots? It might sound surprising, but brain specialists say they see this far more often than you'd think. Many well-meaning seniors unknowingly combine certain supplements and foods in ways that thicken the blood and raise the chances of clotting. And according to these medical experts, those clots can lead to life-altering events, like strokes or heart attacks. That's exactly why I'm sharing this with you today, not to scare you, but to empower you. In this video, we'll walk through 5 combinations that could quietly be putting you at risk, without you even realizing it. You see, many of these items sound harmless on their own, a vitamin here, a healthy food there. But when taken together in the wrong way, they can create what doctors call a perfect storm inside your bloodstream. The good news? Once you understand these combinations, small changes can make a big difference. So I encourage you to stay with me until the end, because you'll learn how to spot these hidden risks and what smarter choices you can make to stay safe. Let's start with the first example, vitamin K supplements combined with leafy greens. This is a common and often overlooked combination. Vitamin K, by itself, is important for your body. It supports bone health and other key functions. But when you're getting too much of it, both from supplements and from vitamin K-rich foods like spinach, kale, or collard greens, it can thicken your blood more than it should. What makes this so tricky is that many people take vitamin K supplements because they've heard it's good for aging bones. At the same time, they're also eating big salads, cooked greens, or even smoothies loaded with those same vegetables, thinking they're making smart, healthy choices. But when both the food and the supplement are rich in vitamin K, the result can tip the balance too far. And when your blood gets too thick, it raises the risk of clots that block blood flow to the brain, heart, or lungs. Take the case of Robert, a 74-year-old man who thought he was doing everything right. He took a daily vitamin K supplement on a friend's advice, and he was proud of eating a large spinach salad for lunch every day. But over time, he started feeling off, tightness in his chest, and trouble catching his breath during short walks. His doctor discovered that his blood was clotting too easily. And part of the reason was that his vitamin K intake was simply too high, from both his supplement and his meals. That's why doctors often say, if you're already getting plenty of vitamin K through your diet, you may not need a supplement at all, or at the very least, you should discuss the right dose with your doctor. And if you're taking blood thinners or have a history of clotting issues, that conversation becomes even more important. Balancing your vitamin K intake could make a real difference in keeping your blood flowing just the way it should. So, pay attention to what you eat, what you supplement with, and how your body feels each day. That awareness could quietly protect your health in powerful ways. Protecting yourself doesn't always require big changes. Sometimes, small adjustments, like choosing either the supplement or the food source, rather than both, can help you stay on the path to wellness without increasing your risk of blood clots. And as always, having an open conversation with your doctor can bring peace of mind and ensure you're making the best decisions for your body's unique needs. Number 2, fish oil supplements combined with high vitamin E foods. This is another pairing that may seem harmless at first glance, but doctors warn that it can quietly interfere with your blood's natural clotting balance. Many people take fish oil supplements for heart and brain health while also enjoying vitamin E-rich foods like almonds, sunflower seeds, or hazelnuts, all of which are praised for their nutritional value. But taken together in significant amounts, these two can create a combination that your blood may not handle well. Here's why: both fish oil and vitamin E affect how your blood clots. On their own, they can have beneficial effects. But when combined in excess, they can disrupt the natural clotting process, either making the blood too thin or causing clots to form in places they shouldn't. These changes often go unnoticed until more serious symptoms appear. A 78-year-old man named Clarence shared his experience. He began taking fish oil capsules daily after a friend recommended them for heart health. At the same time, he snacked on mixed nuts every afternoon, thinking he was making a heart-smart choice. Over time, he noticed unusual tiredness, mysterious bruising on his arms, and occasional dizziness when standing. After a medical checkup, his doctor explained that the combination of high fish oil intake and a diet rich in vitamin E was likely throwing off his blood's clotting balance. The result: his body was responding with irregular patterns that left him more vulnerable than he realized. It's important to understand that while fish oil may reduce clot risks in some cases, combining it with high vitamin E levels can lead to unpredictable outcomes. For some people, the blood may become too thin; for others, it may clot at the wrong time or in the wrong place, like in the brain or lungs, where it can cause serious complications. The encouraging news is that you can usually address this issue with a few simple changes. For example, you might choose to get your omega-3s from whole foods like salmon a couple of times a week instead of taking daily fish oil pills. Or, you may want to cut back a bit on vitamin E-rich snacks if you're already supplementing. And once again, your doctor can help you find the right balance based on your personal health profile. If you've made it this far and found this information helpful, go ahead and comment number 2 below to let me know you're still watching. And if you haven't already, I'd encourage you to subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a video. Your support helps us continue creating content that informs, empowers, and inspires. Now, let's move on to number 3. This is a combination that many seniors turn to with good intentions, to support bone health. But getting more calcium than your body truly needs can have unintended consequences over time, especially when it comes to your blood vessels and clotting system. Most people know calcium is essential for strong bones, but it also plays a role in muscle function, including the muscles in your blood vessels, and in how your blood clots. When calcium levels rise too high, especially from both supplements and fortified foods like orange juice, it can cause your blood to thicken or contribute to calcium deposits in the arteries. These deposits create rough patches inside your blood vessels, increasing the chances that clots may form where they shouldn't. One woman, Susan, age 76, shared her story. She took a daily calcium supplement each morning and always had a glass of calcium-fortified orange juice with breakfast. She thought she was giving her bones extra support. But over time, she noticed swelling in her legs and occasional chest tightness. When she spoke to her doctor, she discovered that the excess calcium was starting to affect her blood flow. With a few simple adjustments, she felt better and reduced her risk. One important thing to know is that the body can only absorb a limited amount of calcium at once. When you take in more than you need, the extra doesn't just disappear, it can circulate in your bloodstream, contributing to buildup in places you don't want. And because this can happen gradually, the early signs are easy to miss. Some people notice subtle symptoms like feeling more tired or sluggish, experiencing new muscle cramps, or finding their rings suddenly feel tighter. Even puffiness in the feet or ankles by day's end can be a clue. These signs are sometimes linked to how excess calcium affects fluid balance and blood vessel health. The good news is that small adjustments can make a big difference. Simply choosing either the supplement or the fortified juice, or spacing them out so you're not getting a heavy dose all at once, can help protect your circulatory system. Being aware of how these choices interact and making thoughtful changes can go a long way in keeping your blood vessels healthy and your body feeling its best. This is one of those combinations that seems completely logical. After all, iron is essential for energy, oxygen transport, and healthy red blood cells. But what many seniors don't realize is that taking iron supplements while also regularly eating red meat can quietly push your iron levels higher than your body actually needs. And when that happens, your blood can become thicker, or more viscous, making it harder for it to flow freely. This change can increase the risk of clots forming in dangerous places, like your legs, lungs, or even your brain. Take Harold, for example, an 80-year-old man who began taking iron supplements after feeling tired and sluggish. He also enjoyed red meat several times a week, believing he was making a smart, hearty choice. Over time, though, he started to notice swelling in his legs and shortness of breath while climbing stairs. His doctor later discovered that his iron levels were too high. After adjusting both his supplement use and diet, his symptoms improved and his clot risk went down. Harold's story is a reminder that even well-intentioned decisions can have unintended effects when we don't consider the bigger picture. One key thing to understand is that your body doesn't easily get rid of excess iron, it builds up slowly over time. This makes it especially important to pay attention if you have a family history of conditions related to iron storage or if you've been taking supplements for a long time without checking your levels. There are also subtle signs that too much iron may be affecting you: frequent headaches, joint pain, or unexplained fatigue, even after a full night's sleep. You might notice a reddish tint in your skin or more frequent stomach discomfort. While these symptoms could have many causes, they can also point to high iron levels. Sometimes loved ones notice things first. Maybe they mention you're moving slower than usual or see you rubbing your legs more often due to heaviness or discomfort. These small clues matter. They're gentle reminders to reflect on how your food and supplements may be working together. And the good news is, the solution is often simple: cutting back on one source of iron, getting your blood checked, and tailoring your intake to what your body actually needs. If you're still watching and finding these tips helpful, comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next health insight we share. Liked having an energy drink during the afternoon for a little pick-me-up. Over time he noticed that small cuts took longer to stop bleeding and he had more bruises that seemed to appear out of nowhere. When he talked with his doctor, they discovered that his B6 levels were higher than needed, and it was quietly affecting his blood's clotting ability. What's important to understand is that vitamin B6 affects more than just your energy levels or nerve function. It plays a role in how your blood clots by influencing platelet activity. When there's too much B6 in your system, your platelets can become more prone to clumping in ways they shouldn't, or they might not work as effectively when you actually need them to. Either way, this imbalance can raise your risk for clots forming in places where they can do harm, like in your lungs, your legs, or even your brain. The good news is that it's often easy to adjust. You might choose to switch to a multivitamin with a lower B6 level, or you might decide to skip the energy drinks and opt for a glass of water or herbal tea instead. And as always, having that conversation with your doctor can help you make the best choices for your health so you get the benefits you're aiming for without the unintended risks. Paying attention to how your supplements and food choices work together and being willing to make small, thoughtful changes can go a long way toward protecting your health and helping you feel your best every day. Final thoughts as we wrap up this video: take a moment to reflect on the 5 combinations we've explored today. Which one surprised you the most? Maybe you hadn't thought about how pairing a vitamin supplement with certain foods or drinks could quietly affect your blood in ways you didn't intend. The good news is that simply being aware of these combinations gives you the power to make small changes that can help protect your health and give you peace of mind. Whether it's adjusting a supplement, rethinking a snack, or having a conversation with your doctor, these steps can make a real difference in reducing the risk of dangerous blood clots. Your body is always working to keep you safe. And sometimes the choices we make with the best of intentions can create challenges we don't see right away. That's why it's so important to look at the full picture of what you're taking in each day, both from your plate and from your pill bottles. And remember, you're not alone in this. Your doctor, your loved ones, and your community are all here to support you as you work to stay healthy and strong. We'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you learned today that you plan to use in your own life? Maybe you're thinking about reviewing your supplements or paying closer attention to food labels. Whatever it is, please leave a comment below and share your thoughts. Your insights can help inspire and encourage others who are watching this video too. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.